Now, for those living in the rural areas of this broadcast patch, you'll probably identify with this type of scenario. Fresh from the city, Jack and Jill buy 20 acres. Their dreams are big, but their skills and knowledge don't quite match that dream. The sheep get through the fence, the weeds grow out of control, and they suck up time and the patience of the nearby larger landholders. Well, there's some people in Katanning that are trying to put an end to this conflict and potential conflict, and there's a bit of a big and small landholder love-in, I guess we can call it. It's being organised by the Katanning Landcare Centre. Andrea Salmond, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Is that a common scenario? Have I painted the right picture as to why you're organising what you're calling a big and small workshop?
Yes, well, I wouldn't suppose that conflict is perhaps the exact term, but there is obviously a sense of animosity perhaps, or a sense of concern between the two groups. You've got a small landholder who might not recognize the amount of work that actually goes into coming and helping on their 5 to 20 acres from the big landholder, but there's also the big landholder who might not recognize that the small landholder simply doesn't understand some of those jobs or have the skills or tools to run those things. And we want them to come together in the middle so that they can work together and have a great environment that they farm in.
So is this all about teaching the small landholder primarily?
No, this is about teaching the two to communicate with one another. More than anything, we want them to be able to come together and say, where's our starting point? What do you have to give? What do I have to give? Where can we meet in the middle on this so that they can create mutually beneficial agreements?
So this is, for instance, an example would be I've got a small crop to put in. You've got the machinery, Mr. Big Landholder, and it's getting a realistic expectation of what you should pay for their machinery and their time.
That's exactly right. That's exactly it. So there's a number of ways those agreements can be worked out, and perhaps, sharecropping could be one of those solutions. A direct payment could be a solution, or there could be a trade of skills. Perhaps that small landholder is a lawyer or an accountant and can help you out with other aspects of your business. And so we want people to come in and say, what have I got to give and what do I need, and see where they can meet.
So in Katanning, is that a common scenario, that the small landholder comes in with those white-collar skills or other skills?
There are a lot of, tree changers, and I think that's something that's potentially there. A lot of retirees coming onto the land, and perhaps they've got some skills that they've brought with them from their past careers.
So is it the sheep getting through the fence, the weeds perhaps becoming out of control? Are they major things?
They are very common complaints we hear, particularly from the large landholder who said, I had to come over and shear sheep, or his lousy sheep jumped my fence and got lice in my sheep. Perhaps that small landholder, out of simply not knowing about how to handle animals or manage or care for them, has allowed that to happen, or doesn't know how to strain a fence and therefore isn't fixing it. And it's probably not because they lack desire to do the right thing, but because they haven't been educated. So that animosity that's created, they're terrible sheep, could be just a question of stepping over the fence and saying, hey, do you need a hand? Can we work something out? And that would take that animosity away.
Are you getting some traction here? Are people interested in big and small, shaking hands and working things out?
Oh, we definitely have a lot of interest from the small landholders in our community. They all want to learn to do the right thing, and our big and small, our small landholder workshops have often filled to capacity. Where we're losing that traction is with the big landholders. We really need them to come to the table too, because it's up to them and it's up to, these small landholders aren't going away. They're coming and they're going to keep asking. So dealing with them in a positive and mutually beneficial way is going to be really in their best interest.
How quickly are the small landholders coming to a place like Katanning?
I couldn't say right off the top of my head. I know that I am one.
How long ago did you arrive?
10 years.
And have you got to that place where you've got capacity and got skills?
I'm learning, but I still got lots to go. So it is nice to have a few friends that have the skills and equipment, who can offer advice, lend a hand when I need it, and we can share that. I can go up to their place and, help with whatever they need too. So, we're trying to do a trades, but I try to keep the amount of impact I have on my neighbors to a minimum so that, I'm more independent as well. So we're trying to find that middle ground.
Okay, the Big and Small workshop, it's on Sunday, Feb 9. It's free. It includes a lunch as well. Serving up some sheep, are you?
No, I don't think so. Probably sandwiches and pies.
Okay, it's from 11:30 till 3 p.m. Give the Katanning Landcare Centre a call and register your interest. Andrea Salmond, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.